it's Wendy, aka Kitty Street. Welcome back to another video. And today I'm going to talk about a store that I'm not 100% sure is in all these states or in your area. They do have quite a few locations. Maybe one of these names will ring a bell, and put in the comments and tell me if you have a Roses Express or a Maxway. And, Roses to me is a store I just, I don't think about it all the time. But every time I go into one of these stores, I always come out with a bag full of stuff. And I probably would have came out with more, but I had been shopping the whole day at this point, and Roses was like my last, hurrah, thinking, because I was specifically looking for summery kind of clothes that might be on clearance or on sale at a good price to take on my upcoming cruise here in November. And, I just don't think about Roses. It's just one of them stores that just doesn't come to my mind. There's a couple of other stores like that. It's kind of like, I don't know if you even have a Shoppers World, or back in the day we had the Bill's General Store, just kind of things like that, throw-offs of where there's hodgepodge in the store. There's a little bit of food, there's a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Well, this is kind of that kind of store. But I'm going to tell you what, I found some good stuff. They're on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. They got their own little Roses discountstore.com website. So yeah, let's get into the haul so we can find out what goodies that I found. I've got my receipt right here. And again, I was shopping till I was dropping. I'm trying to gather up the last of the last things I wanted to try to take on my cruise. Just to add some, newness to it. Why not? And I did find a few things. Found a lot more, but I had to get a stop on the budget, right? All right, so guys, like, share, comment. If you're new, thank you for stopping by. I hope you will click that subscribe bell when you head on out the door, because it is totally free. Let's get into the video. Okay, so I'm just going to start off with a couple of things that I felt like, hey, this is a good deal. It's just as cheap as the Dollar Tree or the $1.25 on Up Store now. I needed these extra large trash bags. They're the 33 gallons. They have 6 bags. That's all, but 2 of them makes 12 bags. And these were $1.25. Now, they do have some like these bags. I don't know if it's this name. But the Good Sense I have used from the Dollar Tree, and it's made in the USA, and I know that they're durable. And what I wanted these for is I'm donating, stuff like mostly clothing and certain things that can go in bags, and I'm donating them to different places, and I needed something to put them in. I have exhausted all my extra boxes, the ones that I don't use for my personal storage, till I figure out what I'm going to do with that stuff. And $1.25, I really like these. They were $1.25. They were 33 gallons. They did have the garden ones for the leaves. I think they had 7 bags in them, and they were like $1.35. But I went ahead and picked these up because I'm like, okay, I've seen them at the Dollar Tree, but I don't remember how many bags were in them, and I don't think they were this brand. I think they were another brand. I'll have to look the next time I pop in there. So I picked up 2 of those because I really need to move some of the stuff out ASAP. Now, I had 2 packages of toilet paper when I was at the cash register. One of them, I forgot, I think the name was Daisy. I don't know. And I'm not a toilet paper snob by no means. It is what it is. It's toilet paper, right? Now, some people, freak out if their toilet paper isn't like, luxury or whatever. I don't care. This is Select. And I'm sure it's probably, somebody's bought it at some point or another. Soft and strong bath tissue, 12 big rolls. I think it is 1 ply. Does it say? Septic tank safe, which is always a plus. 12 rolls, 230 sheets, 2 ply. Go figure. So this is a 2 ply, 12 big rolls. And the other one with the Daisy, it was something like, compared to Scott, it was a lot heavier. And I think it had probably 12 rolls or something like that. It was $9.99, and this was $3 and some change. I forgot how much it was. It was $3.49. So I decided to try this. And this is really, honestly, this is the type of stuff that I buy for like when I'm about, I haven't been to, where I buy most of my toilet paper, which I buy it anywhere I can get it, at a good price. When I can't get the big packages of them, I have like what I call my overflow, and I just have these to pull out. This might be a terrible brand, I have no idea, but we'll have some backup till I can get to the ones that I know, are good and I can get them bought. But $3.49, I opted to get this one, and I put the daisy back. And, maybe I'll go back in the daisy at some other point if I can't find it. Why is toilet paper just so hard to find good ones and at a good price? When I think, I used to buy it at Aldi's, and I know I mentioned other stores. This is a Rose's discount haul. But at Aldi's, I used to get this big, like 100, no, not 100 rolls, but a ton of rolls, like 24, 32 rolls for like $18.99. They don't have it no more. Go figure, go figure, go figure. Okay, so I did find a couple of clothing things. I'm not sure if I'm going to take them on the cruise or not. We'll see. You'll see in some pictures coming up. I'm sure I'm going to be vlogging. But I did find this right here. I need some hose, not necessarily for the cruise, but I do like to have hose in the wintertime when I wear my cowboy boots with like my little dresses that I have. And this one was Queen, and you don't hardly ever see the Queen hose anywhere. And it says it goes up to 175 pounds to 240 pounds, which was shocking. 5 inches to 6 inches tall, and this is jet black. And this is 2 pairs in the package for $3.99. I don't know how good they are. They may be terrible for all I know, but I said for 2 pairs, that's dirt cheap. I'm going to go ahead and pick it up. And they had other colors, but I'm partial to the off black, or is that what it's called? Like I like the nude, but not as much as I like the black, like the jet blacks and the off blacks. Pantyhose for some reason. I don't know, I just do. And I really don't like pantyhose at all, but when I'm wearing those kind of things, I just feel more comfortable in it, especially with the cowboy boots for some reason. I don't know, I'm weird like that. I'm very, very weird. Okay, I did pick up this, like, I call it I don't know what you call this. I don't want to say it's a moo-moo because that's not the case. This is Shore Drive, originally $19.99. It's got the little pretty little lady on there. And it's one of those dresses that you see, and it's just kind of flowy. Now, it is a little see-through. That's something that kind of bugged me after the fact. But it's just a long little, detailed little dress here with all these little things on it. And I thought this might be something that I could wear either as a cover-up, or throw it over the bathing suit like I'm thinking, or, something like that. But again, it is very see-through, so I don't know how I'm going to use this, or if I'm even going to use this on the cruise. It's just a one-size-fit-all kind of deal. And it says Shore Drive. And it was, again, normally $19.99, but at Rose's, it is $7.99. So yeah, I picked this up. And again, I don't know if I'm going to take it or not, because I try to stay away from the flowy gowns where they can, they're just super big, because you can get super big with them, if you know what I mean. Did go ahead and grab this, and they didn't have a try-on area that was open, or at least it was too late for me to be trying to go in there and try it on anything, so I didn't even really ask. But when I was looking through the racks and racks, and one thing I'll say about Rose is they have racks and racks of all different clothes. I mean, some of the clothing just takes me back to the day, like they're like really retro 80s. Some of them look like the 90s. It's like a whole hodgepodge of everything you can think of. Older type fashions to, teeny boppers, to the babies, to the little infants, to boys, to men's. This is crazy. And I was just flipping through it, and it was late. I was super doggone tired. And I came across one little dress, and I wish it was just any other color but black, but that's just what it was. And it's by Scarlett, and it does say extra large. And, sometimes you have to, try on something to see if it's going to work for you. Don't always just say, oh, I'm a 1X, 2X, or a 3X. And it just has a little tag here. And I went to one of the mirrors that I found there at the back of the store. And I wasn't the only one, because another lady was doing it. She had her scooter and she had clothes trying on too, and that's what made me go do it. So I went and I tried this little dress on top of the clothes that I was wearing, and it fit. I mean, it was, really nice at the top. It wasn't, cutting me off anywhere. And the best thing is that it flowed out, real long. So it's something that I could wear on the cruise, maybe in the later part of the cruise in case I eat too much. And again, I just thought it was, really nice. I couldn't believe it was extra large and I could fit in it. And I said, well, I think I'm going to get it. What's the material on it? It is 96% polyester and a 4% spandex, which is why it's stretching a little bit. And the price was right, $9.99. And guys, they had t-shirts for $2.99. They had blouses for $4.99. But I was really just looking for summer stuff, or cruising kind of clothes, comfortable clothes. And I thought, well, if nothing else, this is something that I could throw on. It's wrinkle resistant as far as I know, because it's been in this bag since I bought it. And it don't look like it's wrinkling up. So I think it'd be pretty neat to put in one of the items that I'm possibly going to take on my cruise. We shall see. And, I think I can get some good wear out of it in the future. Now, I did get this next item because I'm on the fence about what I'm going to wear for the formal night on the cruise, which basically means you just put on a cocktail dress or, a formal dress. And I have, 6 or 7 formal dresses that I went through, and I wound up coming to a conclusion on 2 of them. One was a kind of real dressy number it's like a gray color, but it's a little tight, I'm not gonna lie, and it had no sleeves. And that's why I said, okay, I'm gonna try something like a shawl, because I had read somewhere that, a lot of people who go on cruises, they'll have a real nice dress and they'll just change out. If they have like 2 formal dinners, like it's a 7-day cruise or whatever, they'll just change their, little shawl thing to make it look a little bit different or whatever. The other outfit that I'm leaning towards is a total different color from all the color schemes that I have, but it's the one that fits probably the best, but it doesn't really match the shoes that I want to take, because I'm trying to, keep my sandals and stuff to the smallest ones, or the ones that can kind of, fit better than some clunkier ones. Oh, the decisions you have to make, and I need to make it pretty doggone quick. But anyway, I saw this color and I just loved it. I thought, man, that is so pretty. It's like that, like a baby pink with a little bit of shimmer in it. It's by Jessica McClintock. Never heard of it, and I don't buy shawls like this ever. I don't own not one. I have a couple of, rayon ones. I do have a solid black one that I was trying to hunt down, but it's not like the fancier ones with the fringe. And this one, has the little fringe on the end. And I just thought, okay, maybe I can, invest in a nice little shawl to put over, my shoulders, over that gray kind of dress, to kind of, not look like my arms all hanging out, which I am kind of nervous about that, but it is what it is at this point. And this was $5.99. And, it's pretty enough to where I'll find some way to use it. And you could probably make, different types of things. You probably could use it, like a scarf like this, or maybe put it up in your hair like this. I don't know. But again, I'm not, 100% a scarf wearing person, but I liked this color. It was very, very pretty. I don't think $5 is a horrible price to pay for something that is an accessory, because man, I was looking for stuff on marketplaces and stuff. Ooh, That stuff's outrageous. Okay, we're down to the last item, and I have threw some change in there because I didn't want to put it in, take the time to even put it in my change purse. I purchased this, and I'm not 100% sure I'm going to keep it, but we're going to talk about it, okay? So it is a little purse, right? It's a little crossover, cross body bag, whatever they call them. It does have the strap where you can, does it? Oh, goodness. It does have the strap where you can, make it long or make it shorter, however you want to do that. It is that plasticky stuff that I talk about all the time that sometimes, will wear out and come apart. But it's kind of like a little, I don't know. I just like that texture. I don't know what that's called. And it has several different pockets. Like it has one here you can put your phone, if you want to just have it here, just so you can get to it. It also has a little zipper pouch here that, you could put maybe your money or, a little, wallet with some credit cards and things like that in it. And then if you want to, put your phone in a secure place, it actually has another compartment inside here that can work. And then you have some, extra for whatever, if you want to put some lipstick or, whatever. In it, maybe a spray perfume or some, hand sanitizer. Again, it's not like the one that I've worn to death that I cannot find another one like. And this costs $9.99, which I think is pretty doggone pricey. But I will say this, I really do like it. It's BODHI. But I've got to see how heavy it gets and if it's going to work. And if it does, do what I need it to do, this might be something I take on the cruise instead of my beat up old one, because I do need to have something. And I do have like a little, it's like a mini backpack that I'm going to keep like, important paperwork and documents and things like that in, and, stuff like that. But I need something that I can, grab up, have a few things in it, maybe especially when you go off the boat. That's easy, compact. I don't have to think about it. And I'm hoping that this is it because, man, I'm tired of looking for this kind of thing. And if you know me, I'm just one of those people, when I get hooked on something and it's good, I'm like that with my makeup cases. I'm like that with my little purses. It's hard. And I have bought so many of these and they just don't ever seem to work. So on a whim, let's see if Roses is going to do it and this one's going to work out. I do have a makeup bag that I'm taking that has the same little bubble look. It kind of reminds me of my little bomber jacket thing, or the vest that I have. I like that material for some reason, and I just, we'll see. You'll see if you see me in pictures with it on, you know that I kept it and I took it with me on the cruise. All right, guys. Well, that wraps up this Roses discount haul. And all in all, I spent about $40 with tax, so, and I could have spent a whole lot more because I had a lot of stuff that I wanted to get, but I had to pace myself. I got some essentials, I got some things for the trip, and it was a great shopping day. And I'm got to remember that Roses does come through, if I'm, looking for certain things, it seems like they have it. The prices are pretty good. They have food. They have, they have everything there that you would get like at a Family Dollar or a Dollar General. It's just a different place. It's Roses. And I have not done a Roses video before. This is, I think, the very first time. Now I've shopped there and I've bought things, and I've bought a lot of different things over the years, but they have 2 new locations, so that made me go like, wow, I need to hit up this newer one. I've been to the older one several times, and when I went to this new one, I was like, yes, I think I'm going to start making a point to try out Roses just to see what their daily deals are, what their, discounts that they have there. They had so many things sitting out in the front, and I didn't film it because I wasn't even thinking for the holidays, like holiday packages, gift sets for under $10. And I was like, who can I give this to? Who can I do this? And I'm like, Wendy, you're not here for that. You're here to find you some cruising clothes. And if you don't find it, you need to go, because it was super, super late. And yeah, Roses is the real deal. I really do think I found some, pretty good items. I hope you liked this video. If you stayed to the end of the video, go ahead and put in pink. And that way I'll know you guys really saw this pink beautiful shawl. I'm wearing a pink kind of outfit. So yeah, I just think that'd be a pretty good word to pop in for today's video. And I will see you guys very, very soon. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.